Hi, this is Kylie Coo. Welcome to my studio. So, we're continuing with the mini month of May in the Mixed Media Emporium Facebook group, and I'll leave a link to the group below. And the challenge for this week is to make artist trading coins. So, artist trading coins are circular in shape and measure 2.5 inches. And I recently bought this 2.5-inch punch from EK Tools. I haven't had a punch like this before, but decided that it would be quite good to get one. But of course, you don't need one of these. You could measure out 2.5 inches, just take a ruler, draw it over, draw it the other way, and then make a circle or draw around something that's that size. I've got a whole load of just junky pieces that have been lying about that I'm going to try and use these. I think it was Tim Holtz papers there that I'm going to cut some little kind of embellishments from to add to my artist trading coins. So this is just some packaging from some Tim Holtz products, and I thought I quite liked the pattern on that, so I'm just going to use my punch and cut out 3 2.5-inch circles, and those will form the base of my artist trading coins. So I've got my 3 backing pieces, and I will cover the backs of those later, but now I'm just going to start to build up some elements to stick down onto these, and this really was a very straightforward project today and a very quick project to do. So I am going to give them a kind of vintage travel theme. I've got all these little bits that I've had things cut out from before, so I'm just going to, think about which ones of these would fit in and just try and make a little bit of interest on each coin. So once I'd looked through, I'm literally then just going to cut a few pieces out. And this was one of my ways of just trying to use up some of the kind of scraps that I've got lying about, some of the junk that I've got lying about, these kind of things. I've been cutting bits out of these for probably a few years now. I'll probably be doing it for a few years more, but never mind, they'll get used someday. So just going to off camera cut a few elements out, and I wanted to put kind of 3 elements on each one. Still want a little bit of the backing card to show through, but these will largely cover it, and just looking there at how I'm kind of going to organise them. So off camera I'll spend a little minute just looking at that and then literally just gluing the pieces down. And in each case I want to try and make sure that I get as much of the kind of main piece on. I like that with the woman looking through a tyre, and I thought that would go well with that one with the car. And I want to try and get as much of this plain on, and also to get a bit of the kind of passenger ticket that's there. So I'm just going to trim a little bit of that off. I don't mind that there's going to be straight edges on this, that's okay, cutting across the card, but the way that cuts out, you don't see all the word. That's just the way that the sheet is printed. But if I can kind of get that in a little bit, it just gives that sense. And I kind of think of this kind of design as if you could imagine somebody has, a few bits and pieces of collected tickets and whatnot, maybe an image of a plane, and they then simply let that lie about in a drawer. So here I am, I'm just now going to literally stick these in place. And just using some of the, I can't remember, is it 3-in-1 glue? Can't remember, but this works well. I wanted, because that backing card is slightly glossy, I just decided to go with a heavier glue. Glue stick might have done. But there we go, and I'm just going to stick those in place like that, trying to get as much of the words on there. So if you're going to share your work in the Mixed Media Emporium Facebook group, then please do be sure to say what the prompt and the challenge is. So the easiest way would be to say mini month of May artist trading coins. It's as simple as that, because if you don't do that, then unfortunately we don't always know what the post relates to, and therefore, we need to delete the posts because it is a prompt related group. Likewise, if you want to join us in the group, then as I said, there will be a link below, but please make certain that you answer all the questions that are there, including agreeing to the group guidelines. Again, if you don't answer all those questions, then I'm afraid that your request to join is just automatically declined. But the questions are very straightforward and will only take a minute. So just gluing those into place, positioning them, trying to get a nice composition there, and now I'm just going to glue all the others down. So here I have them all glued in place, and I think these are looking quite good, and the kind of 3 elements felt like enough for each one. And all I'm going to do now is cut around them. So literally just take my scissors. I did wonder if I could punch it again, but I was a little bit concerned that if I did try and punch it, I wouldn't line it up exactly, and then, I'd muck up the circle. So just going to carefully cut round these, and then I'll move on to the next stage. Now I do want to cover up the writing on the back, it's not essential, and I do want to make these a little bit thicker. So I've just got a piece of mixed media paper here, and all I'm going to do is to use my punch again just to punch out 3 backing papers. I'm now just going to use the same glue to stick the 2 pieces together, and this will make them nice and thick. And I did just put them under something heavy for a few minutes just to make sure they were fully adhered. I've now got this Distress ink in Pumice, and I'm just going to take my blending tool, which has lost its handle somewhere, and I'm just going to go round the edges of them all. This just helps frame it, and it takes away that white edge, and just brings a little bit of colour onto the front of it as well. So do all of them that way. And I'm going to put some onto the back of the card as well, just so that a little bit of the pumice colour goes on. I don't want to cover the whole thing, but I didn't want it to be as stark as it was. So again, I just go round all of them that way. Finally, I'm just going to take my Stabilo oil pencil and just darken a few of those edges. Now, because the backing card was glossy, it's really simple just for me to smudge those lines with my finger. And that's it, a very simple, straightforward project this week. Very quick to do, and really using up some bits and pieces that have been lying around for a while. But I do hope this has given you some ideas for what you might do. And of course, Nina will have a video this week as well, and as I always do, I will leave a link to her video below. So just take a quick look at them, each with the 3 elements. As I say, I think these could be just for swapping, or they could go into a kind of travel journal, space to write on the back to use them as journaling cards. And yeah, so that's basically it. So do thank you for watching, and as always, please do take care, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.